Alright, we're in the basement now. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, Serenata Inowa has finished all the house exploration, getting every inch of the mansion's floors, the backyard, the attic, second floor, etc., all cleared out of all quests we could find. Sorry, waiting for the music. Alright. We also leveled ourselves up quite a bit, getting almost every single upgrade we could from our skill cards. I'm holding off on this range edge and this heroic feat until we get another edge upgrade to see if my character is currently broken. Currently, I don't think it is. We have quite a few weapons. We picked up a Colt 45 in the last episode, and I'm down quite a few bullets. Why? Oh! Right, I forgot about that. All right, we'll talk about why I'm down bullets in a few seconds. I forgot something that's very important about the edge we picked up. Anyway, we picked up that Colt 45, and otherwise, we're looking pretty good. We spent the Sun Arcana card as well to level all my feats, which is which is why we are looking pretty godlike at the moment. I'm going to stop and point out something about high accuracy. The ammo cost of the first ranged weapon using any combat challenge is reduced by X, where X is the level of the edge. So I am using our Colt second. And this means that, and the flintlock occasionally, as you can see, I've used second. And so I actually need to be careful when I do that because we're going to end up running out of bullets for my flintlock if I do continue using it second. So, and we need more bullets now for the Colt 45. I forgot all about that. High accuracy doesn't lower the ammo cost of your weapons whenever you use them, only the first one that you use. So, okay, right, forgot about that. In any case, we're looking pretty good. We're now at the basement. This is where things get real. If you didn't think they were before, they get really real here very quickly. Although our character looks really great, I'm worried about horror checks and things that we have to use our mind to fight, because we will probably begin losing lots and lots of sanity very soon. Let's begin by exploring the first of the basement levels. The basement, in case you guys have forgotten, is the lower you go, the more twisty the passages, and the less rooms there are, and the more traps there are, and the more difficult those traps become to avoid. The third floor of the basement is just filled with narrow, twisting passages. And I believe the final clue token is on the third floor of the basement. I'm pretty sure it is. I think there are 7 total clue tokens drawn for each mission. We've gotten, I believe, all the ones that are possible to get that affect the end game's target level, draw bonus, and trick bonus. I might be wrong. There might be a 7th one of these. There might be an 8th clue token as well. The final clue token, I believe, is always on the 3rd basement level, and it's a special clue token. If you get it, it changes the options you'll have for the final encounter. I believe for this one, for example, it's a cultist robe that we can get to have a much easier chance of sneaking through the cultists that we'll find and to reach the final stage of the game, and that final encounter will be easier if we have a cultist robe. And as another example, the Elder, the vampire one, on the 3rd basement level, I believe there will be a vampire hunting kit in it, of giving you a stake, like a holy hammer or something of the sort, to make the final challenge much easier. However, that last basement is long, twisty, and often requires a lot of backtracking. It is difficult to do it, especially in story mode. I very rarely have actually spent time down on the 3rd basement floor. Generally, when I'm down there, it's because I made a mistake and forgot that the end game room is always on the 2nd basement floor. All right, I'm now done talking about such. Let's go ahead and pick up the game. Now, it is dangerous to walk on every single tile here, but on the off chance there is a 7th type of clue token, we will actually do so. You turn to see a huge barrel rolling towards you. It is almost on top of you. You only have a split second to react, but you might be able to dodge it with a quick tuck and roll. Okay, so we have won this challenge immediately. I'm glad to see that. We have no Pentacles cards. No Pentacle cards, which is interesting. We could use our Calm Sidestep to reveal the page and get some extra points. But I think we'll earn 7 points by playing the King of Swords on the Page of Swords. So that gives us a guaranteed way to win. Let's flip over other cards and see what we can get. Knight of Cups. I have no means to take you. The Page of Wands have shown up. Our Knight of Wands can take that. And you'll note that we have suddenly jumped up in points. This is because we're amazingly agile. I believe that's it. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. For any Evade Traps challenge, the value of any face card remaining in your hand is added to your trick-taking score if you have X or fewer face cards remaining in your hand, where X is the level of the edge. So we immediately gained the points for our King of Swords and Queen of Swords. They are the only 2 cards left in our hand. They're both face cards. If we had a 3rd face card, we'd have to get rid of it to benefit from that edge. However, we've jumped just by playing that knight, we got that out of our hand. These 2 are the only face cards left. We've jumped up to 14 points, allowing us to beat this trap challenge. Now that said, it is still always in our best interest to play a card rather than hold on to it if we are able to do so. We will get more points by playing those face cards. So this is basically a backup in case I end up with something that I can't use. So we've won. That's fantastic. We tumbled to the side in a perfect somersault, completely avoiding the crushing barrel's path. These traps generally have a great chance to kill you outright or give you a wound card. An Abomination of Lizgulath. You see movement out of the corner of your eye, up on the ceiling. You turn to face it and freeze, and it freezes you dead in your tracks. A creature from some drug-addled nightmare hangs from the ceiling silently observing you. You stand facing it and suddenly it begins to chew on something, and then it spits out a glob of bones covered in green bile. They land at your feet with a rattling noise. You can feel an unearthly presence that accompanies this strange monster. An aura of elder magic radiates from the creature, and you are very afraid. You look down at the bones and recognize a human skull, freshly stripped of all its flesh. The thought crosses your mind that you could soon end up the same way. So this is how we will lose the game. We have to get 10 points, and our hand is basically trash. We have 2 10s, we grabbed it. Otherwise we have 2 aces and a bunch of other low cards. We also don't have many card draw here, and we only have 4 tricks, so the odds of us winning this are extraordinarily low. This will be the case for every single horror check that we run across down here. You struggle to maintain your sanity. The sight of the bile-covered bones sends you into a panic attack. You have heard about creatures such as this one. They are called abominations, and this one in particular belongs to Lizgulath, the blind, an elder god of tremendous power. There must be a pocket dimension containing an altar nearby. Once sanctified to Lizgulath, the blind, the altar will periodically spit one of these things out. You remind yourself to be very careful. These creatures are empowered by a dark elder magic and are exceptionally lethal. So, Mike, I have a complaint about the game, which I know I vented earlier, but that's that this text we viewed here is the same for every type of abomination we encounter. The only difference will be the name of the creature. So, we can beat it up. We have a great chance to do so. We have an okay chance to use sorcery against it. There's no reason for us to flee. It's actually more difficult for us to do that than to kill it, so let's do so. These creatures are incarnations of an elder god's very will, but since they must take some form in our dimension, they can be physically hurt or destroyed. It's not an easy task, but it can be done. Now, if I recall correctly, I think that in the base game, you, viewer, do not have the option to use sorcery against any of these abominations. I didn't even have to do much work to add these to the game. They were already there. If I recall correctly, they were just basically not utilized. These descriptions were all in the description file for the game, but they weren't plugged into the actual encounters that you ran into. I don't know why. So in any case, I have re-added these in, so whenever we fight an abomination, the option to use magic will be here. Looking at this, I think the trick should probably have been pentacles. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe have to change this. Alright, let's go ahead and play. We have pentacle cards. Okay, so we're fighting it. Do I want to use my queen? We'll use our queen here. That lets us almost win. Hello, Knight of Wands. We have a King of Wands. Ha! We have one. I can't think of a reason not to use the queen. We'll get more points. And we now have over 10, so we're done with the game. The large mouth spits out a jet of green bile when the monster falls to the ground. Then the entire creature evaporates into a brown mist. You have no doubt sent it back to its creator. This is another complaint I suppose I have, is that this area here is basically the same no matter what creature you kill. The only difference would be the type of color of the mist that shows up. Courage! Katana! Courage, experience points. A katana? A katana? +1 swords. Requires you to possess at least one sword's bone. Has a special ability, Kenjutsu. Roll 1 bone and bump the card value down on a random revealed non-face trick card where X is the number of swords rolled. If X is greater than 3, then add a face-down trick card to the field if space is available. Oh, that's really interesting. If I have to drop a card, we'll probably end up dropping... Wow. I guess the Colt 45 can end up going away. Or maybe we keep the Colt... Actually, we keep the Colt 45 and drop the old flintlock. That's amazing. I didn't realize that that abomination can give you a swords item. Okay, so long empty hallways. There could be a secret door on the totally opposite end of this hallway. Odds are there isn't, and instead this is a trap hallway. There is a trap, I believe, where the ceiling caves in, and I believe you can get trapped in a hallway and your game ends. You either have to just delete the character in Reaper mode because there's no way out of that hallway, or you just reload. So I tend not to explore dead-end hallways unless I'm out of other options, so we'll come back there later. We'll make an exception here. Okay, nothing was down that little hallway. To my knowledge, you cannot fail to find a secret passage, a secret door, if you are right up against it. I don't know what stat it depends upon for you to see them, but if you're lucky, you can find them at a distance. We'll explore the dungeon room. There might be someone being killed in here. There is not a quest. Why not? We'll eat my words and explore this. Okay. The game for traps down here likes putting them at the end of a dead-end hallway as a nice reward for you trying to explore them. So, the fact that... Oh, no. I think the altars are almost always inside rooms. The fact that we killed that one creature means there is an altar to it someplace on this floor. You have triggered a trap, and the ground beneath you suddenly gives way as a hidden trapdoor swings open. Using your quick reflexes and athletic ability, you make a tremendous leap for the edge of the pit. We see 2 swords cards, and we have only 2 swords cards in our inventory. We will take the Ace of Swords, we will take the 8 of Swords. Our points have jumped up to 12 because we only have a page and a queen left, and that lets us win the challenge. The other cards, we have a 10 of Cups, and the rest of our cards are 5s or lower. You quickly pushed off the land and straddling the edge of the pit. You pull yourself up to safety. Or a fortune. 2 experience points. If you're feeling particularly brave, you can step down here early in the game to try your hand at some of the traps. I don't know if that's a good idea, but you have a chance to get an Aura of Fortune from every trap you avoid successfully. That same note, you have a chance to get an Ill Omen should you fail, so... We will come back and actually climb down that pit, I think. But first, we're exploring the rest of these doors. Hello, torture room. Oh, there's no one being tortured here today. There can be a secret passage in one of the dungeon rooms. There could also be a pit in one of them, like this one. You have triggered a trap, and the ground beneath you suddenly gives way as a trapdoor opens. Once again, we'll try leaping for the side. So I see a Queen of Pentacles over there. Let's go ahead and use Calm Sidestep. Flip it over, earn 6 points immediately. We also drew a card, and we drew the King of Wands. Very nice. Kind of. That does mean that now we have to get rid of 2 face cards if I want to actually benefit from Amazingly Agile, but we should have no trouble doing that. And there we go, 23 points. We're done. I think from now on out, I'm not going to play the game any longer once we're 10 over the target number. There's no reason to do so. Okay, we survived that trap as well. Let's step down this one. So we can leave it alone. We could also use our grappling hook. The hook attached to this sturdy rope makes it a wonderful tool for climbing or surmounting almost any obstacle. So we have quite a few Cups cards. We have a King of Cups as well. Oh, this is a decent hand. We have 4 face cards. This is not a trap card. I think this is a physical test, so I'm not going to benefit from our Amazingly Agile card, I think. Correct, you're not going to. You slowly let yourself down the side of the pit, going from hand to hold to impossible handhold, just like a comic book hero. No, we use the grappling hook, actually, to help us with that. You look up from the bottom of the pit and can make out the edges of the opening above. There was the locked secret door in front of us. You've discovered a secret door. It blends in almost seamlessly with the cave wall, but your keen senses were still able to detect it. Finding it is one thing, figuring out how to open it is another. Finding that activation mechanism is not a good chance. We only have 4 draw, thanks to it being a Wands challenge, so we'll use our axe to chop it down. We have 1 ace, we earned 1 point. This hand, we have 2 face cards, a King of Wands and Page of Pentacles, 1 9, 1 8, and then the rest are 5 or lower. There's not much we can do about a card higher than 6 for most of these. Okay, and we won, just like that. We have an 8 of Swords to take the 7 of Swords. We have no more Swords cards. You batter down the door. So much for being a secret. The way lies open now. Oh, hello. This actually led to a hallway. All right, I'll be right back, everyone. I need to use the bathroom. Drank a little too much soda. Okay. Well, since we found a hallway down here, let's explore it. I think this hallway's probably going to end in 2 more dead ends that pass both these doors. Oh, it does not. Okay. Do I want to use our crystal ball? We will lose 1 point of pentacles if we do so. But we will find out where that room is located. I think let's do it. Let's do it. Let's use a crystal ball. And there is where we are trying to get to. So I'll say this about the game's graphics before I give the game a review. That is that I do find it to be a little too cartoonish for a good amount of the card art. I very much like the card art for Solium Infernum, Armageddon Empires, and even Six Gun Saga more than Occult Chronicles. But the art for the final rooms is amazing. I really think that whoever did the art for this did a great job. All of the end rooms look great. Absolutely love them. All right, so maybe this door will lead us to it. Let's give it a try. Now, the good news about getting rid of Crystal Ball is Crystal Ball also weighed 2 weight. So now we're down to 6 of 7 for our Pentacles. The bad news is, again, we lost a point of Pentacles. There will be no secret door here. I know that for a fact. We have to enter through the south. So that means this door is probably not where we want to go. Oh, maybe this goes around it, though. But I think it's in our best interest to go down and take the southern door instead. You see an old locked dungeon door. There is a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. With some effort, you might be able to use the axe to get past a locked door or two. A Queen of Wands, 1 face card, only a page. We won't take any wounds or the like from this door, should we fail this challenge, but we can get an ill omen. I'd like to avoid them, and we have 1. Let's see if we get more points. Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering the door down. The way lies open now. Or a fortune. 1 experience point. It'd be neat if we could convert our experience points to things as well, but alas, that's not the case. No secret door here. Alright, let's go south some more. Might be a secret door here, but probably isn't one. Hello, cultists. You're very easy for us to defeat now. We have only 1 face... Oh, okay. We have lots of face cards. 4 face cards. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Wands as well. We also have 1 ace, which gives us 1 point. I think we'll use that king here. We have some cup cards. We do. Oh, we're over the target number by 10 points. That's good enough. Give me bullets. For some reason, I want to say, give me soft, give me warm. I've been playing Dark Souls. I'm not recording it, but I'm playing through the game again. I forgot how much I like Dark Souls. You know, I own Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. I've never played them. I've heard Dark Souls 2 was not as good as the first one, but Dark Souls 3 I heard is as good as the first one. And this might... We're gonna go back up and see if that one door leads us around this room. You know, there could be a secret door here, so we'll check this out. There is not. Okay, so this doesn't lead anywhere. Let's still search this for an altar. You feel the pressure plate depress underneath your foot and hear a sizzling sound as a spray of acid hurtles towards you. You rely on your quick reflexes to turn away from the acid and roll to the ground so that it goes sailing over you. Okay, we see the Queen of Swords, we have the King of Swords. We'll immediately take it, and that lets us win. We'll take the 9 with our Knight as well. And we'll take the 3 with this Knight. And let's win. Good, we just flip this over now. Sorry, let's win. Our quick instincts and quick reflexes save the day. Holy encounters. There's several down here. A dead odd agent. You see a body lying on the floor. You recognize the standard issue trench coat and hat almost immediately. It looks like you weren't the only one that HQ sent on this suicide mission. You decide to search the body and try to figure out who bought the farm. You figure you owe any comrade that much, and you might even find some clues. We have 1 face card, and a 1 9, and then swords. A 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2 of swords. Wow, that's great luck. We flip over a card, it's the Queen of Pentacles that our 10 lets us take. We should still use our Glasses of the Overworld to draw a card. 8 of Wands, it doesn't really help us. We have to put that on there. We don't have any other means to interact with this. We win. He's been dead for some time, and the decomposition has him puffed up and looking like a fish. It seems his last name was Sapien. Agent A. Sapien. I'll name that. I don't know what this is a reference to. I think one of you guys has told me in the past, but I don't remember. A Thompson SMG. What I wouldn't have give for a bandolier at this moment. Let's drop the old flintlock. Oh, hold on, Tim. This weighs 3 pounds. No. you'd have to drop something else, something that weighs 2 pounds. Or I'd have to drop both of my... how much do you use? 2 through 5 ammo. I really want this, but we don't really need it. We don't need it. I'd rather hold on to the weapons and stuff I've got. The axe is too useful for doors. I like all of my melee weapons. They're all adding +1 swords to me. I don't want to drop any of them. Although armor dropping that is useless because it doesn't weigh any pounds. So in order to take this, that means I'd have to drop both of my pistols. And I don't want to do that. So we're just going to discard the Thompson. You take a few steps and feel a strange sensation beneath your feet. The floor feels like it's made out of a soft foam-like material. That's weird, you think. Before your brain can solve the puzzle, the floor moves beneath your feet and leaps into the air on all 4 directions around you. The mouth that appears on the floor is rising to meet you is a dead giveaway that something is very wrong. The shock of your impending smothering embrace races up your spine. You struggle to maintain your sanity and keep your underwear clean. We failed this just about as bad as we could. We have to draw 6 penalty cards. I will start using my talismans when they show up. Notice how much sanity we just lost. We had 40 points. We're down to 27. We lost 13 thanks to this encounter. Sure, it's bigger than your living room floor and has a lot of more teeth, but you've always had the knack for wiping the floor with your enemies. We have so far. Okay, we have won the challenge. You won the battle. The creature won't be having any snacks for a while. Well, never actually. The altar of Aglagulian the Devourer. Suddenly you notice the air around you begin to shimmer. You've entered some strange type of dimensional gate and you begin to feel a little dizzy. As you fight to balance yourself, the shimmer clears ahead of you and you are confronted with a gaping stone maw carved into the living rock. You feel an evil presence emanating from the large stone mouth, and stepping back slightly, you recognize a disturbing visage that belongs to the evil Orphis from your odd training. You seem to have stumbled upon a pocket dimension that serves as a temple to Aglulitin the Devourer, an elder god of immense power. A growing sense of hunger seems to envelop you. It's a sentient, malevolent force that is seeking to overwhelm your psychic defenses. Giving in to the hunger might drive you over the edge into complete insanity. Look at this. 3 tricks, 5 draw, 13 target. You're confronted by the malevolent will of Aglulitin the Devourer, and it threatens to crush your very soul. You must fight to keep your sanity. We will begin using some of my Arcana cards for this. Let's use the moon. Let's just avoid taking more horror damage. You have kept your sanity. Use a meditational technique taught to you by a gypsy princess to repress the insatiable hunger that is building inside of you. The giant stone face and jagged maw transfix your attention. You feel the hunger inside you growing by the minute. Soon your thoughts wander to the mouth in front of you. You feel drawn towards it. Feeding it might somehow satiate your own hunger? Odd thoughts begin to multiply. You realize that you must act quickly or you will soon give in to the hunger that threatens to consume you. You might be able to physically damage the altar enough to sever its connection to Aglulitin the Devourer. At the very least, you will have some fun tweaking the nose of a dark elder being and making a friend for life. And making a friend, okay. This is by far the easiest thing for us, so we will totally do this. We could use stopping power from our pistol. I was about to make this even easier, but we'll use our knife. Our knives. Alright, so we get to play that, and that lets us win the challenge, which is fantastic. I hate these altars. I think we can gain sanity by destroying them as well, which will be really useful, considering that we just lost 13 sanity from that lurker on the floor. Oh, we also won by over 10 points. You managed to tip the altar over, do we? and crack over large sections of the face. You briefly sense despair turning into anger, but with a sudden snap, the connection to Aglutin the Devourer is broken. The air begins to shimmer rapidly, and you move quickly to leave the pocket dimension before it collapses. The Magician, +2 Pentacles bonus. Nice, glad to see we got a Arcana card down here. Okay. Let's keep going. We're on the second floor. We will continue to explore the second floor. Another pit. Let's try our quick reflexes. We'll have to get kind of lucky for this. We see a 2 and a 10 up there. We have 3 face cards. We'll have to get rid of one if we want to gain the bonus of whatchamacallit of our Amazing Agile. So we'll flip the 10, take it with the Queen, and that lets us win the challenge immediately. Might as well spend the King to take the King, the Page. And we can spend the Page as well now. You quickly pushed off and landed straddling the edge of the pit. You pull yourself up to safety. Okay, so this leads down to the 3rd floor of the basement. Again, there's nothing down there. There might be that other clue token, but I'm going to pass on trying to get it. The traps down there are very deadly, and while we can do traps very, very well, we'll spend a lot of time down there, maybe even up to 2 episodes. So I'd like to see if we can maybe beat this episode at this point. You feel your foot trigger the tripwire, and it's too late. A huge log swings down on a chain directly towards us. You decide to rely on your quick instinctive reflexes to duck and roll away from the swinging log. We don't see any face cards. We have two face cards. We've already benefited from their points, and it lets us win the challenge immediately. We should still flip cards and take them with whatever means I have at my disposal. Queen of Swords, you can get our 4. You tuck and roll and come up to your knees as the log swings harmlessly past you. Coming for you, Alter. With a pit trap, we'll try dodging out of the way. No face cards were revealed. We have 1 ace. We have 3 face cards, so we can just flip a 6. Now let's just win, because of Amazingly Agile. I can't do anything about that 8. Now let's just win. 10 points over the target number, no reason to keep playing. You quickly pushed off and landed straddling the edge of the pit. Any of these are going to lead us to the place we want to go. Let's try down here. Probably more likely that it will swing to the south. A flood of rats! We fought these guys a long time ago. The rats come towards you like an immovable force of nature. There must be 100 of them. If they overwhelm you, you fear that you might not be able to get back up. Is there an exterminator in the house? You are outnumbered, but not outgunned. We have 4 face cards. Very good. And 1 ace, giving us 1 point thanks to Justice. We have won the challenge. This is not a trap challenge, so you should spend your face cards if you've got them. Oh, we're 10 over. You kill dozens, wound even more, and fling yet more away. At some point, they seem to break, like they were being controlled by a single will, and then scatter and flee. I do not think the cards as a reward alter with the more successes you have. I don't think, like, you get a better chance of getting cards. I think 10 over, that's it. You get the most draw possible. There's no other reason to go any further than that. I think that's the case anyway. Ooh, the Crypt. You can search some of the sarcophagus and what have you in here, coffins, but I'm just going to avoid them. We want to make our way to that final room. Darn it! Okay, we want to go this. We want to go this way. Actually, there might be a secret passage in this room, so we should search it. You feel your foot step down on the pressure plate and then hear the pneumatic sounds of darts being shot through blow tubes. You catch a glimpse of the deadliest form of needle-tip killers heading your way. You react without thinking, ducking into an acrobatic duck and roll. No face cards are up there. We do see the Ace of Wands. We'll take it with our 2. Let's flip over other cards. Hello, Page of Pentacles. We'll take it with our King. And now we have won the challenge. And now we're 10 over, so we win. You tumble away from the curtain of darts and emerge unscathed. We might as well open the doors to these places just because we can, but we're not walking into them. Hopefully this will lead us towards the final room. An abomination of Aglugaktin. You hear the teeth chattering from up above you first. Then you look up to see an enormous creature propping itself up against the ceiling with the use of multiple appendages. But it's the multiple mouths that really scare you. This is a good picture, actually. You can feel the unearthly presence that accompanies this strange creature. An aura of elder magic radiates from the creature, and you are very afraid. You struggle to keep a grip on your sanity. Between the monstrous appearance of this toothy creature and the dark aura that it radiates, you might have chewed off more than you can swallow. We have 2 kings, a bunch of other low cards, but we only have 3 tricks. Spend it. Okay, so we need to spend another Arcana card. We'll spend Death, because I'm not worried about an instant death card. I'm not worried about losing our health down to 0. I'm more worried about an instant death card, which I don't think that stopped. Your mind is strong. You see things far worse than this. The old-timers at the Odd Academy called them gibbering mouthers. This looks like the king of them, but you are not afraid. You recognize the creature almost immediately as an abomination of Uglakakin, the Devourer, an elder god of tremendous power and apparently appetite. There must be a pocket dimension containing altered, but the rest of this is basically the same. So let's go ahead and beat it the hell up. These creatures are incarnations of an elder god's very... Oh, this is also the same as what we read before, so we don't need to read it again. We have tons of face cards. We should annihilate this thing. We can take the page with our queen. We can take that 8 with our king. We can take that 9 with our queen. We can take that 6 with our knight. We can't take that queen. No way for me to do that. Oh, I forgot we had a Psychic Talent card. We picked that up ages ago. What did we pick up? Mesmerize. What does this do? Select a non-face card in your hand with value Y, roll 1 bone, and add X points to your trick-taking score. Then, where X is the number of wands rolled, if X is greater than or equal to Y. Oh, hold on. No. Roll 1 bone and add X points to your trick-taking score. Then, where X is the number of wands rolled, if X is greater than or equal to Y. So we have to roll over the... We roll a number. We get to add that number to our trick-taking score if the number we rolled was greater than the value of the card we selected. Then discard that card and draw a new one. That's... I should remember I have this. But this is using Psychic... Yeah, Combat, Humanoid, Animal, Monster, Psychic. I'm almost never going to get a chance to use it down here because there's very few things you can use your Psychic powers on. And I don't like using Psychic powers anyway because we're combat focused. Like, honestly, with knives, swords, and guns. We don't really need Psychic, and it's going to be a worse off situation for us if we have to rely on it. The mouths open and close as if gasping for breath until they are still. Then the entire creature evaporates into a green mist. You have no doubt. Send it back to its creator. Tons of courage. We don't need any courage. So we're done. Darn it! Alright, there might be a secret passage down here, though. We will check. Another swinging log trap. We'll try to dodge it. We see the Knight of Cups. We've already won the challenge, though, so there's no reason for us to even spend our courage on calm sidestep. no secret passage. There might be one down here, but if there isn't, I don't... maybe this will swing around, but I don't think it will. Which means that this entire path we've been down was all just a giant dead end. It didn't lead us anywhere. Well, there's lots of places, but that's the place we want to be. Okay, let's keep going. You hear the mechanical click and see motion at the corner of your eye. A large pendulum swings down onto your location at a tremendous rate of speed. It looks like it could cut you in half. You instinctively duck and roll away from the falling blade. A 4 and a 5. We have already earned 9 points. That means we have probably two face cards and at least one ace. We have 2 aces and two whatchamacallit cards. So we'll keep playing the game. I don't need to spend my face cards. Might as well spend it. You tuck into a roll and come up 4 feet away unscathed. Okay, this does go to the left. This is the whirlpool room. If you want to navigate around it, there's a chance that you will fall into the whirlpool and get sucked down and deposited in this case, the 3rd floor. There is no reason for us to enter that room. A tripwire grenade trap. You look over and see the wire pull the pin from the grenade on the wall next to you. You have seconds to react. You trust in your quick reflexes to jump out of the way of the blast. You can get an instant death card from this. However, we've already won the challenge with 8 points, thanks to our Knight of Swords and King of Cups. So we don't need to panic about this. We'll still flip over cards. There are no more wands cards. You have any swords cards? We do. Spend the 10. You tuck and roll and cover your head as the grenade detonates, leaving you with a ringing in your ears, but no permanent harm. If I recall correctly, that trap killed one of, or would have killed one of my characters right before the final room, had I not had an Arcana card that prevented us from instantly dying. You see something flittering in the dark, and at first think that it must be a bat. Then suddenly you realize that the darkness is actually moving. You recoil in horror as a creature seems materialized out of the inky darkness. The creature seems positively demonic. Its eyes seek to pierce your soul and wound your spirit. You must stand strong. We have 2 face cards, a King of Swords and a Queen of Cups. We have 1 ace, give us 1 point. And this will let us get very close to winning. And we did win. Hey, very nice. Good. This will be the only time we have to make a hard check against this creature as well. Your mind is strong. Usually things far worse than this. This is a random encounter down here. A hunter in the dark. A dusk gaunt. A dusk gaunt! Its slick, rubbery black skin and sinuous bat wings project a disturbing appearance. This is a creature from beyond your own dimension. You remember the briefings from the odd threat assessment lectures. They originate in the Dreamlands, a warren of interconnected dimensions set to be inhabited by powerful ascended beings. These creatures are not to be taken lightly, and they are lethal in a fight. You came here to chew bubblegum and kick some ass. You know the rest. We have 2 aces, which gives us 2 points. We don't need very much more to win the challenge. We have a bunch of low cards. We should still, I think, win. Yep. Play our King of Swords and win the challenge. You won the battle. The creature evaporates into a wispy cloud of black smoke. I don't like that pit. I think there's a special encounter that can happen here. You feel your foot press down on the pressure plate and then hear the click as the tablets hit the pan of acid. A cloud of poisonous gas erupts from the floor beneath you. You roll out of the way of the poison cloud using your reflexes and instincts. We have 5 points because we have a single king in our inventory. That is not enough to win this challenge by itself. Let's flip to 3. And the 9 of Cups with our 10, and that lets us win. Good. As you can see, Amazing Agile saved our life here. Otherwise, I would have to dip into my Arcana cards again and take the Page of Cups to let us win. You instinctively twist and roll to the side of the billowing cloud. Our luck must now be like 7 or 8 or so. Okay, so this did end up being just a dead end. You feel your foot hit the tripwire and then hear the rumbling of rocks as they drop from the ceiling. A ton of rocks coming down on your head could really hurt. You decide to rely on your quick instincts and reflexes to roar out of the way of the falling rocks. I see the Page of Pentacles. I am going to use our calm sidestep here to flip that over and gain 8 points. Letting us win the challenge, we'll then use the Queen. That lets us decimate this challenge. You tuck and roll and come up on your knees away from the pile of rocks that would have entombed you. We pass the evade challenge. Oh, the rocks didn't actually block the corridor. Perfect. There is a locked door here. Alright, let's hope this can move us more to the east. You've discovered a secret door. It blends in almost seamlessly with the cave wall, but your keen senses were still able to detect it. Finding it is one thing. Figuring out how to open it is another. With some effort, you might be able to use the axe to get past a locked door or two. Or like 18 doors. We've already won the challenge. You batter down the door. So much for being a secret. The way lies open now. Okay, yeah, this is going more to this direction. This looks like this might actually connect in to the cultist room. A rickety bridge over a bottomless chasm. The bridge is old and rickety and made from rotten wooden planks and fraying rope. Crossing it is quite dangerous. You will need to navigate across several sections that have lost their planks. You can't even see the bottom of the chasm. You decide to cross a section of the bridge by relying on your agility and balance. If you make a mistake, you should have a chance to fix it. We've already won the challenge. That's nice to know. We have 2 aces and 2 face cards. Face cards are added to our tricks point taking score. Give us 10 out of target number 8. That's wonderful. We should still attempt to get more points. Just for bragging rights. You practically skip over the planks and make it across this section of the bridge. That's easy. We have to do the same thing again, so we will try the same thing again. We have no points added to our trick taking score. We didn't get any aces. We must have at least 3 face cards, and we do. A Knight of Pentacles, a Page of Pentacles, and a Knight of Swords. We have several 2s, a 3, an 8 of Cups, a 9 of Pentacles. Let's spend Calm Sidestep. We'll earn 12 points for flipping that over. We will draw another card, and we have won the challenge. We do have to put something on the page. There we go. Okay, well done. Well done, Serenetta Anawa. My goodness, the amount of weaving back and forth, the curving of these passages. Oh, it still might be a dead end. Come on, secret passage. Holy crap, what the heck? A large cavern. They must have some sort of portal device. You've discovered a trap door. It opens easily, and you can see a wooden ladder that leads down into the darkness. Look at that. Even with physical test, this is not. We can't even use our grappling hook. We're not going to attempt it because I'm pretty sure one of these doors will lead us up into this altar. Probably this one. Yup. Okay. Nice. We have made it to the end. We'll have to navigate through this passage first. Yep, there's going to be lots of cultists guarding the way. We, however, have knives, and many of them, and so we should have no trouble. We drew 2 aces because I see 2 points on the board, and we have 2 face cards, a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. Let's start using some of my spells here. Ritual Flesh can be used here. This should give us all pages. Yep. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all those pages. And just like that, we won. I guess as I cast a spell, we'll keep flipping cards. You won the battle. Take that, cultists. We could use the bullets. Nice. Give us all the bullets. Hello. We'll take a look at the secret door. I mean, I'm not expecting it to really lead to any place we care about. We are, after all, the way we want to take is to the north. So we bash down that one as well. Just a pit. Where'd this lead, though? Let's climb the wall. I'm just curious. We had 3 aces in our hand this time around. Unbelievable. Wow! Look at that! All we had to have done is taken this pit down. That's all we had to do. And I made it ever so much more difficult for us by walking around the long way. So that must have been how the cultists got here, as opposed to navigating this incredibly difficult maze. This must have been how they first discovered this room, which was like the nexus of a ley line or something like that to perform their ritual at. And then after they probably lost quite a few lives navigating through this nightmare, they decided instead to have a pit that would lead them directly to this room. I like it when the game does stuff like this, because it makes sense thematically, and I think that's kind of neat. Whatever is behind the door must be pretty important. It's protected by a crack squad of cultist guardians. You should be able to take care of these guys quickly and not raise the alarm. We've got 2 aces because I see 2 points. We have a bunch of face cards, 6 of them at least, so that's pretty good. Let's start using some of my courage cards. 5 cards of ours were bumped up by 5 points. They're number cards. Looks like it was our swords that were, because I see 10 swords, 4 tens of swords in my inventory. You won the battle. The bodies of the Guardians lie strewn across the floor. You can hear chanting now from behind the door. Okay. Let's try to make it to the cultist. You see cultist worshippers prostrate on the ground facing the altar. A deep, sonorous chanting fills the long hall of the cultist subterranean temple. As you move forward, several of the cultists take notice of your advance down the aisle and rise to face you, grabbing at you to prevent you from continuing. So normally I think you only have charge of the cultists and any weapon power you have. I've added these 2 as options in case you're more psychically inclined. But these are worse for us than actually just carving them up with our knives, so we'll continue to do this. There is only one way forward, and you have to get to the altar to stop the sacrifice before it is too late. We have earned 2 points already because we drew 2 aces. It's one of the reasons why I like Justice so much, because I tend to draw tons of aces as I play the game. And we won the challenge already. You disable 1 cultist and evade 2 others. You advance further up the aisle towards the altar, where the High Priest seems to be in the final ecstatic stages of using his sacrifice to open the gate. We have to do the same thing several times. The difficulty should be exactly the same. I should be using all my weapons, shouldn't I? If I have the chance to do so. There we go. Take that, cultist. You disable 1 cultist and evade 2 others. You advance further up the aisle towards the altar, where the High Priest seems to be in the final blah 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 of the opening the gate. One more time. Let's continue cutting them up. Hello, Ace. We can take you with our 3. That's very nice. Hello, 4. We can take you with our 5. And 8. We can take with our 9. We can use our axe here. Take that too. I have no more cards, no more pentacles. We still have slaughtered these guys. I'm not going to draw any cards. Let's walk up to the final spot, I think. Nope, more cultist worshippers. All right, we'll just carve these guys up as well. If you fail one of these, I believe you're set back a place in the line. So we would automatically be sent back a spot and have to fight more cultist guardians that we had already beaten. I don't see these guys winning, though. We have too many tricks up our sleeves. Yeah, so if, for example, you fail this challenge, I think you get sent back a spot. So you have to keep winning these challenges as you advance upwards. All right, let's do this. This is it, everyone. The final battle. The High Priest of this cult that apparently worships the great tentacled ones stands over the sacrificial victim, a beautiful village girl who lies unconscious on a cold stone altar. With a ceremonial dagger held up high in the air, he seems enraptured in an odd, otherworldly chant. You can make out some of the words, Ia, Ia, Cthulhu Fatang. This may be your only chance to prevent the High Priest from finishing the ritual and sacrificing the young girl to open up the gate. Whatever waits on the other side will probably be very hungry. So, if you succeed here, it's very, very good for you, because if you fail here, you get one more. I think you have to fight a group of cultists that shows up, and you get one more chance to stop them, but it's a tougher chance. So this is where you want to use all your Arcana cards to win the challenge. In our case, we'll just use our Cult 45. The power behind these slugs will bring most living things to their knees, and even the undead will feel a hefty kick. So we have 2 kings in our inventory. So this should go in our favor. A page of pentacles, we can use the king on you. Let's use Whirlwind. This is it. There's no reason for us not to use every single ability that we can possibly utilize. Greater, don't get the benefit from that. Oh, I still have to select a card? No, we're done with that. Let's try something tricky. So let's go ahead and use Shrivel Flesh. And we'll select 1, 2, 3 cards, bring those into pages. Then we'll use Hyperborean Lightning. Select the 6. Oh, I can't select the 6? Why not? Why can't I do that? That's a bit awkward. Let's select the 7. What does that do again? Roll 1 bone and select a non-face card in your hand to discard, then add the numerical value of that card to X random X random non-face card to the same suit in your hand. That's why. You messed that up, Tim. It doesn't work the way you think it did. I thought we could increase our pentacles up higher, but that's not possible. Because Hyperborean Lightning only allows you to target non-face cards. Still, look at this. We have an amazing amount of face cards now in our hand. Let's continue. I have no more swords cards. Let's use one of these. Hello, Queen of Pentacles. We also have our Queen of Pentacles. As you can see, we have slaughtered the game. We'll go ahead and use Wheel of Fortune, which discards all the cards that were up there, and lets us play the game some more. I love doing this for the end encounter. I absolutely love it. Where's Temperance? I'll take that King as well. There's no achievements in the game, but it would be pretty amazing if there was one for ending the game with like 100 points more than the target level. So we got a 90 out of 12. You've managed to get to the altar before any guardians can stop you. The High Priest looks at you in shock, unable to comprehend how you could manage to interrupt his unholy rite. His body falls to the floor in a bloody heap, and the worshippers scream and shout and begin to scatter in a mass panic. I remember drawing like a negative sanity card from this one time. It doesn't matter because it's over. You've killed the High Priest, routed the remaining cultists, prevented the opening of the dimensional gate that would have surely doomed the entire world, and saved the girl. It's on a day's work for an odd agent. 1,353 points. Mission score 50. Quick finish bonus. Nope, took us because we had the story mode disabled. Trick taking score 35. Challenges 1, 528. Quest finished 620. Clues found 120. And that is it. And she is the only character on this computer that I have actually won with. So that does it, everyone. So that will do it for this video. I will make a review of Occult Chronicles finally, but that will take a few days for me to put together. So thank you guys for watching. It was fun playing this year, and I will see you all in the next video. Well, hopefully, for the review. So we'll be back with that. I'll see you guys in that video in case you care to watch it.